chapter name is financial markets. Financial market means a market where exchange take place between the persons who want to give money and the other group, business group or the demand group which want to take the money for the investment. So there are two sides. One is supply side, other is demand side. You can see on the supply side there is a family, commercial banks, financial institutions, insurance company, they who want to give loan. And on the demand side there are firms, industry, agriculture, bank, government which want to take money for a further investment. That constitute demand side of the finance. What they give money, supply side give the money for a consideration, that is dividend or interest, etc. The exchange take place between the two. That place is called as financial market. Now you have to understand the whole concept of financial market. What is the purpose of financial markets? Market purpose is mobilization of saving into productive uses. Now if we try to understand financial system, there are households, there are business firms, and both are controlled by bank and financial markets. Now question arises, what is the function of financial markets? So first is mobilization of savings. Second is keeping a price, settled price between the two, investors and savers. Third is reduce the cost of liquidity. Reduce the cost or liquidity, maintain a liquidity. These are the 4 points. Mobilization of savings. Second, fixing of price between a saver and investor. Third is to reduce the cost of transaction. And fourth is liquidity. So next is now a question which come in the examination. There are two type of market. One is capital market, other is money market. Now question arises, should we go for capital market or should we go for money market? So it depends on 7 points which you can remember like this. First is maturity period. If you want to invest for a long term purpose, so you definitely you go for capital market. Capital market is long term investment market, and there is a money market, it is only for short term. So first point is maturity period, for how much time you have money to spare for investments. Second is participants. Who are the participants? Third, we have to see the instruments, if it is share or bond or something else. Fourth is investment outlay. Fifth is liquidity, and sixth is safety, and seventh is returns. On the 7 points we differentiate, should we go for capital market or should we go for money market. So these are the points you can see on back side, which is explained by me. I am making a simple chart that very easily you can understand. First is maturity period. In a capital market we have to invest for long term. In money market for short term. Second, major participants. Major participant in capital market is financial institutions, mutual companies, stock exchanges. And in case of money market, only commercial banks and non-banking institutions or large companies or state governments which are called as participants. Main instruments in case of capital market, shares, debentures, bonds are the main instruments. In case of you say money market, treasury bill, commercial paper, etc. Now fourth is investment outlay. What is meaning of investment outlay? A huge investment is required in securities. But in case of money market also, if we want to go for a while, so for a year we need investment. Next is liquidity. There, stock exchange, there is a marketable, they are marketable. There is a liquidity always there. In money market also enjoy high degree of liquidity because it is for short term, you take from 2 months to 12 months. In both cases liquidity is there. And then safety. Definitely capital market is riskier. Reason is that equity shareholder or the owner risk is attached with them. And in case of money market, it is safer for short term only. And definitely where risk is more, next point is returns. Where risk is more, return is more. So definitely in share market you have more returns. In case of money market, return are fixed approximately. Now, if we go for financial markets, we understand what are financial markets. So there is a capital market, there is a money market. Capital market means we deal in shares, equity and debts. And if you go for money market, it deal with treasury bills, call money, commercial paper, commercial bills and term money. In case of capital market, if you go, there is a primary market. In equity, there is a primary market, it's secondary market. Primary market means when shares are issued for the first time. They can be issued in public issue, there can be a private placement. In public issue also, nowadays there is a EIPO, that is electronic initial public offer. Now you can apply online also, as a net, people are using a lot of net and internet and everything is so common nowadays. Next is you issue prospectus or right issues there in public issue case. In private placement, there are two ways. One is you directly issue to institutional investors or sell to intermediaries. Sometimes these mutual companies they do agree. They do an agreement with the company and take the shares from there. And in secondary market, as you know, there is a National Stock Exchange, Bombay Stock Exchange and Regional Stock Exchange which buy and sell the shares. The financial markets are under direct control of Security Exchange Board of India. As you can see on the background, explained, and money market are controlled by Reserve Bank of India. Now in money market, there is definitely low risk, unsecured and short-term debts are there. And to meet, they are only to meet temporary requirement of the company or state or mutual funds or commercial banks. And all the 5 definition I have explained on the previous, you can see on the chart, easily you can understand them. There is a call money, this is only for very short term, it is a reserve bank ratio. What is call money? It is a ratio which is maintained by Reserve Bank with the commercial banks. The requirement is only for 15 days. The bank do transaction with each other and for 15 days they take the credit. And there is a treasury bills, these are called as zero coupon bonds. Again issued by on behalf of RBI or RBI. These are only for from 14 to 36 days. Then you come to commercial bills, bill of exchange. That again, you know, you have studied. There is a draw, dry, and bank is involved. Again, it is for very short term purpose, and readily it can be converted to cash. Then there is a commercial paper. It is also a short term unsecured promissory note. Then there is certificate of deposits. Again, its time period is 91 days to 1 year. These are the 5 instruments which are floating in the market for money market. Now I am coming to stock exchange. What is stock exchange? It is its features, what is the definition is given. It is an organized market where exchange take place between authorized member under the rules and bylaws. When I have written over there on the stock exchange, below stock exchange, first it is organized market, second exchange or security take place, third it is by authorized members only, fourth rules and laws are to be followed so that the investor should not be cheated. Now a question comes in the examination, what is the function of stock exchange? So to remember it, I have made a very simple memory technique. I made a graph, or vertical I have written savings, and on the horizontal I have written investments, as you can see, and then I have written price, then speculation, then growth, and then I have made a picture of a person who is watching and weeping, means to keep watch to maintain liquidity. Now you can remember mobilization of savings, second putting them in investment, third fixing of price, fourth speculation, fifth growth, fifth, sixth watch, seventh liquidity. This you can remember by simple simple chart which I made. Now what is the trading procedure? Trading procedure is very simple. It is now electronic system. First you start with opening of a demat account, and a person has to place the order through computer, and after that computer accept the order, and then transaction take place, e-batches and transaction take place, and there is a delivery for the date of the payment, then delivery is made. These are the steps explained in trading procedure. Next is when they ask you a question, what is the objective of Security Exchange Board of India? Definitely any Security Exchange Board of India, first is its interest is to look into the weakest side. Weaker side is the investor. Yani they have to see the interest of the investor. And with the exchange, second, they have to regulate stock exchange. Third, they have to see if brokers or seller companies should not exploit the purchaser. They should not be inside trading, which is again I have written in objective of Security Exchange Board of India. Now there is a one question coming in the examination. What is the function of Security Exchange Board of India? It is very simple. I made a tree. Tree means first of all they develop the tree, development of the markets. Second is regulate flow of water, regulation flow of to make rules, and third is to protect the investor. These are the three things. So what is development? Yani what is they do research work, they open new branches, they give publish information. This is development work they do. Second is that regulatory function. They have to make rules and bylaws, and they have to register all the stock brokers and mutual funds so that they should not exploit. Third is protection. What is meaning of protection? They should protect the people from unfair means, unfair practices, insider trading, or educate the investor. That is the function of Stock Exchange Board of India. In this chart I covered all the 3 points. What is stock exchange? Second is what is the function of stock exchange? Then I covered what is the function of Security Exchange Board of India, and what is the objective of Security Exchange Board of India. Now we are coming to the new system. What is the depository services and demat account? Demat account is simple. It is only keeping the share in the form of electronic form in the banks. So nowadays there is services. This is called as paperless mechanism, in which there are 4 players. One is issuing company, the primary company which issue the shares. Second is investors who invested the money, and now there is a depository. Depository is the person who holds the share in electronic form. Nowadays only there are two depositories in India. One is NSDL, National Security Depository Limited, and second is Central Depository Services Limited. And there is a depository participant. He is like a broker, you can say. He is like an agent who do the transaction on the behalf of the investor. Once he gets the order, he places that in market, and once the order is placed and order accepted, automatically the name are changed in issuing company. The new came. Once the transaction is complete, they deduct the name of the old person and put the new person name in their register. Similarly, depository also changes the name, person name, and transaction is completed. This is called as paperless mechanism, the new mechanism of the demat. Now a question comes, what is the benefit of demat account? What is demat account? First, it is a converting process from physical share is converted to electronic form and credited with a depository participant. Yani the shares are converted to electronic form and we put them in a depository account. We can only check the shares. There is no need of keeping the paper, as it was previously we have to keep the shares. Now question comes, what is the benefit of demat account? So to explain it, I have made a simple, a very colorful chart in front of you, in which I have shown you first benefit is there is no odd lot of shares. You can you can sell 101 share also, 105 share also. Second, there is no paperwork involved. Paperwork is not required because only electronic you have to transfer. Third is no stamp duty. No stamp duty is required. And benefit of demat account, no odd lots are there, no paperwork is required, no stamp duty is there. More foreign investment. I made a picture of George Washington. There is more foreign investment. And then there is the elimination of form of physical form. And then I made a liquidity. Liquidity and settlement is so easy. These are the benefit of demat account. Thanks.